Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing very well because we are back with some Songs of Six. Now, as you could probably tell from the title, we are going to be resettling in this playthrough, or in this day. There's nothing necessarily wrong with what we were doing here, but I just do dislike how I didn't try aesthetically with anything, really. So we're going to be starting over because of this. And by starting over, I mean we're going to be resettling. Because this should start us off with a little bit of a boost. While basically still just starting over. Let's see, full southern, random map. Because there were a few other small things I did that I disliked, which was not settling near an ocean, and also settling near a mountain. Because I don't typically begin producing iron on my own in my playthroughs. I typically like rely on other places producing it for me, and then I just buy it. So having a place at the mountain is really not that good, especially because I don't plan to be a large mining economy. Ooh, I do like how this area turned out up here, but since this is in the north... Because if I could find one that has like a... Because I want to live on an island. Islands are always fun in this, I feel. For no other reason than... well, other than I just like islands, man. Let's see, though. Oh, hello, Spudsworth. I don't know if you were here when I said it, but we are going to be resettling, which is a mechanic in this, where basically... I'm going to say it's basically New Game Plus, where I'm starting over, but I will have some random stuff from my first group. Let's see. You know what? I'd consider here, but there's just too... That was just too big for my taste. We'll do one more refresh, and then I will... Oh. Any trees there? Okay. This is one thing I really like that they let you do. I can just edit this manually to change something, because I do want some forest here. So I could just do that so it's, like, a little bit better. I could edit it completely to my will, and just change it to be completely different, if I so wished. Which I really do like they give you that as an option. Because there's a lot of times where I'll say, oh yeah, like, this area would be interesting, but there's, like, one thing about it I dislike. So I could just go edit it because they decided, hey, that's not that bad to, like, allow the player to do. Actually, I need... Okay. This one has some islands up here, which will give me a more Amevia neighbors. Because those will all be settled by the Amevias. Which I can show you in just a minute. Yeah. Because there's some other little things, like... There's always, like, some little things that can end up being issues when you're trying to choose a place to settle. Like, you might have some place that's, like, really good, but for some reason that's the only place in the entire region that's, like, a different temperature. So you just can't settle there. Or, like, this river. It just connects slight... It just doesn't go straight enough for my taste, along with how the ocean is. Actually, no, that would be fine. Like, let's see. Like, I could change the climate so I could just ensure this is all warm temperature. That's where the Amevia live. Because I want more of my own species as neighbors. Let's see. I do hope that at some point they allow you to edit, like, the politics map more. Or, like, because I wish I could set it to be that there's only one species. So if I'm human, I want to have it be a fully human world. Side note, I got a notification when I did this that said, oh yeah, you're not going to have many neighbors of your own species. Everyone here is my own species. They're the Amevia, which are basically like, I'm just going to call them salamanders. They're amphibious lizards. So they're salamanders. And the reason I'm regenerating is my only neighbor was of Freelands, which I cannot trade with because they're basically like rebel groups. And now none of them are humans. Why? Or none of them are Amevia. Why? Give me, like, the best start where there's, like, 30 people around me that are, like, all the same species. Except the only one I can talk to is technically a rebel, so I can't trade. And then I refresh. Suddenly, everyone is not me. Okay. I have an Amevian neighbor, but only one? This is why I wish I could just, like, set it so that a certain area will have Amevia only. Amevia. Dwarves, humans. Only trade is with a human rebel group, of course. You're just playing with me now, game. I know you are. It's also cool because, as you can see, they have, like, entire, like, routes for the trade laid out. Oh. Okay. A bug rebel group, which I don't care about, but I can trade with those Amevia. There's a couple more Amevian groups, it looks like. But there's only 2 Amevian groups. Why are they all on the other side of the ocean? I want one more Amevian. I want, like, 2 or 3. I should have just taken that last one, man. I always overestimate my luck and say, I can just refresh until I get a couple more Amevians. I'm sure that it won't take that many tries. Human, pig, human, human. You know what? Now I'm going to look back over there, and there's going to be only a Amevian over there. I know there is. And then over here is only going to be humans. Okay. Why are there no Amevians here, is what I'm wondering. It's very odd why they're not spawning. Like, they like water. That specifically boosts their spawn chance. You know what? We'll try this one again. Because I do just want to get a start where there's more Amevian near me than not. Or not Amevians. Okay. Only one group I could trade with, which could be fine if they're an Amevian group of non-rebels. They're a rebel group of the weird forest spirit people. Okay, Amevian. There's a human tribe. Another Amevian. Another human. More Amevian. Okay. We're going with this one. There's 2 Amevian nearby. That's enough, or 3 Amevian actually. That's enough for me. And I'm continuing before I have the chance to change my mind. One other small thing they allow for is, let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking where they have stuff laid out. I can't have the stone in a very corner location. But they also allow this. I can regenerate the map here based on whatever, like, settings are given. Based on, like, where I chose. So I can randomize it if I dislike it and get a new design. Which is very nice. Because everything is randomized. Like, iron isn't set where it'll spawn. Stay with stone and everything else. So, for instance, this one does seem a lot better already. Because I have a lot of clay there I could grab to get pottery made. Which could be good for selling. Let's see. I don't care particularly about that. How big a deposit of stone? Not a very big stone deposit. What do you think? Do you think we should keep this one? Because I think this one's looking pretty nice. I think I have access to everything I'll need for a while. Ooh. And while there are some things that may cause issues, like the iron and coal being on the opposite sides of the map, transport by the time I get to that point should assist in alleviating that. You know, yeah, I think this one should be fine. Especially because we have horses right here, which I cannot tame in the wild, but they give like 100 meat each. Here we go. But I resettled, so I only start with 10 people. But I have a lot of stores of my various stuff. So I have like 16 livestock, a bunch of fabric, some tools. I have a bunch of meat, some fish, some stone. So first things first is we're going to go back through our first starting steps. The starting steps you never want to forget is you give everyone a well and a hearth. Because otherwise they just overheat and die. Why are you all unloyal? Oh, you just started zero loyalty because of how it starts. Let's see. There it is, logistics. Let's see. And we're just building up a warehouse right here just so we can, like, store our stuff. Because I just want to get that stuff put away, otherwise it'll, like... Because everything has a certain rate of decay. Like, you see, bread has a 100% decay rate a year. Same with most of these foods. Fruit doesn't. Same for vegetables. And notably, grain decays very slowly, so it's very good for storage. And rations barely ever decay. But... Manage settings. Oh. Huh. I have one of each. How many horses did I bring? I brought like 90 war horses? That's a lot, man. You want some war horses? Okay, what are some things I actually don't need? I don't need any of these war horses. Yeah. I'm gonna just sell off my Warhammers and my horses to them. A gift of 3 gold and 506 stones? Sure, why not? Okay. But let's just continue through our initial starting steps we always do. But also, I just realized, let me turn off the background music. Since the game has its own music, this is one where I like to leave it off. Okay. But one thing I saw specifically from the trailer, which is such a nice idea that I'm stealing it, is this, where basically you do like this because you can set up the workbenches inside, which set it up like this. Actually, here. Here, what if I do it like this? There we go, that one should work out good. And we can set up the storage to be the central. But the reason you set it up like this is you can put the auxiliary stations in here. And I'll put a door on the north and southern facing walls. Am I still insulated enough? Yep. Had to make sure because I fell into that issue last time. Here, we'll also have to go ahead and auto-import 50 Amoebians. There we go. Well, auto-employ 10 people. And now we can lay out our initial roads. And this is why we set it up like this. Because now these places are free for just decorations. I can put any decorations I so wish here. I can put trees, I can put chairs, which just gives me free space for decorations. I could put some statues, which could be nice. Which my Amoebians would very much enjoy some statues. Still insulated. But yeah, so now we can set it up so that there are some... 2 on each side. So we can set up some furniture because I do like furniture. We can give them some trees because we don't know how to make statues yet. And they also don't care about flower beds, so we're not going to put any of them. Also, do we keep our rank? We do! Oh! that is intriguing. And very nice, because that means we can go ahead and skip to getting statues. We can get libraries. Anything else we'd want to grab big research-wise? Globadians. Stages are good. Markets is what I was forgetting from earlier. Uh, Honestly, I think we'll just hold off on anything else. And I think I'll put the food so it's expanding out this way this time. We're gonna start there, and we're gonna give it an 80 length. There we go. That should be fine. There we go. Actually, what we can do is we're gonna set it up so each of these farm segments is a 20 by 20 spot. Okay, which is gonna be 4 extended. Huh. And let's just destroy those. That's going to be fully temporary, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, but the first things we're going to do are... We're going to set up a Globdian pin up here. Or we can set up 2. Here, let's set up 2 so we can get our animal production up. And the reason we're putting them in here is they do better with moisture. So I obviously want them to be somewhere very moist. There we go. There we go. Okay, and I think each of these are currently making 50 food, if I'm correct. Oh, 40. I don't have these connected in any way. You know, we can have them connected through these because these ones don't connect to the roads properly anyway, so... Okay, I have basically the exact right amount. I'm like 7... I'm only producing like 7 extra, so... And we'll have 2 cotton farms along with these 4. Each of these produce 40, which should lead us up to 80 in total. Oh, wait, no. 100 in total. No. 200 in total? 40, 80. Yeah. Actually, here. Are they selling veggies? They are. And for a fairly reasonable price, too. And I'm going to be... moving that. The throne room. Okay, here. One off. There we go. Because this will be my main castle structure. I think it'll look very nice. And one small thing I forgot to do was I was going to make the wall, or like the thing here, wider. So here. We're just going to delete those 5 things entirely, because, like, what? Worst case scenario, I need to rebuild that one roof. We're going to start building a bunch of these, because these people like having light. And also because I think it's just nice to have light in general. There we go. I'm just going to place down one. Okay, it does not, like... I had to make sure I didn't, like, delete the walls if I did this. Or not the walls, the ceilings. But I'm going to wall in... Not wall in. I'm going to roof... I'm going to floor... There we go. I had 4 options. Roof, wall, and floor. And I picked the wrong one every time. Uh-oh. Go hunt, go hunt. Okay, we're producing food now? Only 5? Oh, bad work value, that's it. We'll immediately make our 2 vegetable nobles. I didn't even think of how them being the nobility makes them happier. Which, like, it makes sense, but, like, I just didn't think about it. I still don't know why the War Beast moo. It is a very odd choice, to say the least. I didn't set up this to store wood or anything. Okay, how much wood can this store? Because this is going to be purely for our wood in our chairs. Oh yeah, let's set up these so they're auto-employed. This will store no wood or furniture anymore. We need a janitor. Hmm. You know, let's just go sell off the extra stuff that we only have, like, a couple of. Like, I don't care about the Warhammers, I don't care about the tools, I don't care about the singular War Beast because we aren't producing War Beast yet. I'll keep the iron, I'll keep the furniture. I don't care about the herbs because I can get more, I don't care about that. I'm producing cotton, so I'll keep that. I'm definitely keeping the animals. And this will be where we store most of our vegetables and our cotton. Okay, we're going to be storing meat there. We're going to be storing that there. We aren't going to have anything that produces hide. We are going to have eggs. We're going to have vegetables. Anything else? I'll probably be producing grain at some point just because it is good to have as a storage food, but... See, I think that's everything. I'll store leather here because it'll also be good for... They'll probably have this be as our also just like... no, actually. I'll have a separate factory for... A separate warehouse for that. Okay. So this isn't going to store cotton. It isn't going to store those. It isn't going to store those. Those. Or those. Did I not tell this to store cotton? Am I just... There we go. I just think it just lay that out. Okay, so we're gonna need that, that. We could just change that to be the fiber storage, which would have removed it from here. Yeah, completely. We're also gonna have the clothes production nearby, and I think that's everything for this. Yep. Smart remove. Okay. And let's just start laying out some more of the bonfires. Or fire pits. I don't know if they're... What are they called, actually? Torches. Okay. I called them bonfires. Thought maybe, maybe they'll be called fire pits. Nope. They're called torches. Like, there's worse things they could have called them. I just want to call them torches, personally. I understand, like, the mentality of they're here to produce light, so they're torches, but also... Let's see... We're going to try to cover every inch we can with light. Let's see. How's our food production looking? We are producing enough veggies. Oh, we don't want to have too many people working here. Let's see. Okay, I think 15 will be enough to cover it with minimal... actually, maybe 16. Okay, we're gaining 0.4549, which is fine. Which is very nice. I like that they include the decay here. That is a very little feature that I very much enjoy they have. Okay. Okay, let's get that built. But yeah, the decay I think is one of the nicest little things they give you in this as info. Because otherwise it would just be a bunch of like guesswork of, well, I have to do the math now to figure out how much I'm going to decay each year. I should make this symmetrical, actually. I could do it like... You know what? Let's shrink it by 1 so that I can just put a big workbench there. Then I feel like I have like a lot of empty space here that's just not being used properly. Why don't I just shrink it by 2 more? Duh. Okay, this still feels wasteful. that's the ad break notification. Oh yeah, let me move Firebot onto the other screen. I made this too small, of course I did. I'm gonna blow up. Okay. Okay, crafting, Taylor. You know what? Just... Okay, can I lay it out like this without it, like, being terrible? Okay, it needs to be, like, one longer, so... Which I could just do, actually. Okay. I would build two of these, and I would not have space. Urgh. Ooh, give me a second to respond to a message from somebody. Alright. Just got a text from somebody, gotta note down something. Let's see, let me double check something. Okay. I will return shortly, sending it in chat so people who are in an ad break can see. And I will be back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Let's see. I don't want to take the hit on production just for, like, pointless symmetry. When I could just literally do this. But then these aren't going to line up right. Hmm. Yeah, this should be fine. And then, can I do a... What? That should be good, actually. I do like that shape. I've had worse shapes in this game, to be honest. Uh-oh. You know what? Here, let me check something. Is there... General Battle World Settlement. Is there a... What is the key for, like, delete or, like, smart cancel? What is that? Or is there just... Or is that not an option? Wait. Clear rock. It would be down lower, I think. Cancel jobs, dismantle room. Where's smart... Okay, smart room. Hmm. Okay, so I should be able to just... Actually, I want it to be something that I can click with my left hand, because if I'm going to be directing it with my mouse... Oh, crap, I didn't need to do that. Forgot that I had a hotkey assigned to it. Oopsie. Okay, what about tilde key? So I'm clicking... Oh, I didn't need to do that. Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna need more furniture. I forgot to make my janitor. Okay, there we go. I think an 80... Why am I so worried about efficiency? It's a janitor! Like, it's a literal janitor. It doesn't need to be that efficient, man. Why was I so torn up about it? Ay, ay, ay. I sometimes question my own genius. And therein the lack of. Okay. Go for 4 this time so you have more food for later. Okay, we're going to continue to cut down on these. Let's see. Anything else in here I can cut out? Leather is being stored somewhere else, and with that... Same with fabric. The only other things we have that we're stored here that we want to move is iron. Resources. Selling that. Selling that. We'll sell all those hides. We're not even using them. We're keeping the cloth. Speaking of which, we gotta change this quickly to be cloth. We want to keep production of hides on. Or not hides, of extra cloth available. For the sole reason that we need it for things like an amphibian hatchery. Not produce a bunch at all, actually. Ugh. Okay, let's cut it down by 1. Does that meet this as... Okay, 0.6. It's like half... Why is it going down? Or up, I mean. Okay, we'll do 14. Actually, here. I know what the real issue is. We don't have enough fiber right now to even tell how much we need. So I'm just gonna buy 200 real quick. Because that'll allow me to, like, first of all, continue to produce. And also allow me to see, like, how much it's actually using. Okay. So 14 is meeting demand. And I'm producing 5 extra per day, which is fine. Okay. Let's see. Who died? How do we... Okay, here. What was your wrongful death? You starved. I thought we would have gotten enough food. We should have gotten like 400 from those cows. Could you just not get to it in time or something? There's only one wrongful death. It's not that bad. It's only one person who starved to death because I forgot to check the notification. It's not that bad. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and get ready. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and remove this room entirely because I'll keep the janitor there because I very much need that janitor still. I might. We'll see. If I can get the... If I can see if homes will line up with it, which will be like this. It's off by 1. Of course it is. Okay. Now we can just make it 1 wider. 4, 1, 2. I'm fine with 63% efficiency because it's a janitor. I still don't know why I felt like I needed to really worry about it being 100% efficient. It's a stinking janitor. Like, oh no, I'm losing out on the efficiency of my janitorial operations. I'm gonna collapse as a society. Hey, hey. Oh! I'm fine with getting trade with them. Let's see, how many... So it seems like it's a even number, so I think right here is right in the middle. And I'll set it up like this so that it's exactly in the middle. No, we can deal with having one single tile that won't be covered. You know what we can do here, actually? We don't know how. We don't know how to make a pond. We can make canals, but not a pond. Oof. Okay. But no, we can make a very long pond here. Is this efficient? No. Is it smart? Probably no. Is it funny? I don't know. I don't really know what would be funny about a very long pond, other than... Well, yeah, I can't think of anything that would be funny about a very long pond. But yeah, that should be all laid out very well now. We have a good farm production. We have the pond set up. Shouldn't this be producing 600? Why is this only producing 12? There we go. Okay, and we can start putting up some guard posts because we do need guard posts as soon as possible. Oh, it's an eclipse. Interesting. I'm sure our people will not overreact and have a crisis of faith because the sun is gone at a different time than normal. Right? There we go. Now let's set up some entertainment. Let's see, this isn't going to be quite big enough for anything, really. Actually, this could be where the markets and stuff are, because it's a very central location. How high is it? 15, so we can do 7 and divide them by trees? Let's see, that's food stall. And we'll put the market here. There we go. So we can just put some trees there to divide them up a little bit. And we got a little market stall and a little food stall set up. This will not store fish because something I'm going to do is I'm going to just ban my people from eating fish because I plan to start fish farming, but only to use it for, like, babies. There we go. Let's go ahead and get that fish farm set up, actually, or that fishing up. Huh? Oh. Okay. Now, I do want the fish farm to be efficient, so set it up like that. It'll only take like 1,000 wood. I don't have anywhere to store stone. That's the one I was missing. Okay. Where's some gathered? Sure, we can have it be over here because the stone comes from there. We'll do 7 by 15. Insulation is still 100%, even though we made this huge. With the amount of doors it has like 8 doors in it. I don't know if this is symmetrical, actually, so I'm going to wait and see after they finish up that one. Or that one. It doesn't really matter which one specifically. And there we go. And this one will be storing our stone. We can also have it store our iron, and it'll cut stone. Oh. Anything else? If it's storing our cut iron, it should also store our iron and our coal when we inevitably get those, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to get 6 just so it's divisible by 6. But I don't think there's really anything I'd want to... We can do clay, actually. So that should be 16 for each of these, I think. Let me see. Oh, wait. I know what that is. The fishery just got finished. It needs like 100 workers. Oh, yeah. And we can start getting more nobles. Because we have enough extra workers, so I don't really care particularly about them being like... tasks be noble. But we have two people assigned there. We're going to assign somebody to Warbeast, somebody to Glubdians. I'd like our carpenters to be a bit better, so I'll assign one person to them. And this last guy could be our cotton farmer. How much food are we making? More than enough. Okay. Okay. And we'll set up this as our entertainment area, since... That's actually a really good spot for the stage, so we're gonna actually... Actually, here. If I want it to be symmetrical... This is actually symmetrical, surprisingly, which is odd. Okay. But we are going to take health. We're going to add a hearth over here. There we go. We can also add 2 wells there. They're not going to be big wells, but they are going to be, well, wells. We're going to put more wells around just so they have good access to water. Let's see. We'll also put them down here. Along with the hearth, because they're so far away that I want this just in case it, like, has extreme temperatures while they're there so that they don't, you know, die. Hello, Game Chill. Oh. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Doesn't line up very well. Alright. Well, I hope you are doing well, Amy. Okay, these do line up perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but... I am doing well. There we go. But yeah, we were just playing some Songs of Six. Oh. Because I've done 2 other streams of this as of late. But I decided to resettle just because I had not tried to make my colony look that pretty. And I wanted to start over. Well, not start over, but do the resettling option they offer up here. Just so I could redesign it to make it look a lot better. Let's see, we'll auto do that. What do you mean? We're out of stone. Yeah, what do you mean by that? Oh, no, 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 no. I meant... What I meant was I was streaming Songs of Six a couple... Like, I streamed it for 2 days. And I decided to start over the city. With the resettle option they give you. That's what I had meant. All good. Let's see. Where should I put this? Hatchery, actually? You know, we could put the hatchery near the entertainment area. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Song of Six because I hadn't played it for a while, and I just returned back to it recently. And it is always very fun. Yeah, it's all good. Actually, let's try one thing. Break down by 1. That's... Yeah, no. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think that looks nice. Yeah, I try to meet with my friends very often for it. We typically meet online and use Foundry for it, but D&D is very fun for me. Oh, did I need to do that? I'm sure that this one block of asymmetry... Yeah, meeting for D&D can be difficult. That's why online works better for us, because we don't meet in person, because that's just, like, logistically not good possible. So we just meet online, because that makes it a lot easier for everyone. Yeah, I've never been a fan of first-person shooters. I tend to avoid games that involve playing against other people competitively. It almost never goes well, in my experience. In D&D, I assume you mean? But I assume for class and stuff you mean in D&D? I could put the stockade in here? You know what? Sure. We can have the people awaiting their punishments be forced to bask in the glory of my throne room. But I assume you mean for, like, the class or character. I assume you mean D&D. So, class, honestly, I can't say any class is my favorite, just because it just depends. Like, typically, I like, obviously, to play characters that have access to magic. But also, like, it just sort of depends on what I want to go for as a character. Like, if I want to be, like, a more diplomacy, charisma... Yeah, that's how I would decide it. It typically is based off what I like to play at the moment. There's very few classes I actively avoid. I don't typically go for, like, clerics or paladins, personally. Just for the sole reason I don't really like the whole, like, being, like, a very religious character in D&D. Just because that can, like, be hard to figure out the specifics of which god I would decide to follow. Oh no. Oh no. He's mostly asking for hides, which... let's see. You know what? Yeah. Uh, the PNG tuber, I don't have the person linked for who made it. It's someone on Etsy. You can just look up, like, Otter PNG tuber and find it, I think. Because I bought it for, like, $5 off there and edited it a little bit in paint.net. As for the profile picture, the person who made that for me is Black Moral Art, who I would highly recommend because they have really good art. Those are all ceilings, I just realized. Hey, I gotta, like, advertise them because they made this my profile picture. Like, they are very good with art. It's only fair. What does that mean? Training grounds. Brain stopped for a second when I was trying to figure out how to make training grounds. Also, hello, Dylan. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. How many does this get? 16. I would like to have it in here. Wait, why am I trying to put it in my castle? Because I planned to put like the court in here. Like that makes sense, but the guards training in here is not necessarily something I should have. Here. Sometimes I just start doing things in this, and I just never can figure out why I start doing it for no reason. Okay. Ooh, that does line up pretty well size-wise. Oh, there we go. Hmm. See. So this is asymmetrical. Ugh. There we go, that should be good. How many guards is that? Here, we're gonna set it to an even 30. And we're gonna disband 2 of you. And we can have up to 100 soldiers. And what we can also do is we can start to plan out further expansion of the farms. I do want to get my war beast being produced as soon as possible. Let's see. I assume that's Resident Evil 9. You see, Resident Evil is one of those games that I've never played any of them. It's one of those games that I feel like I probably should play one at some point, but I've just never had the like drive to ever play one. And it's not even from like lack of access to them. Like I'm in a same family with friends who own some of the Resident Evil games, so I could always take the chance to play one. Yeah. You see, the real issue is that there's big. That is a thing where I would not even consider buying anything like that right now, like a Resident Evil game. Solely because there's other games I have that are coming out soon that I'm gonna definitely be getting. One example is Timberwood, because they have the 1.0 release soon, and I've been looking into that game for a while, but never actually full-on committed to buying it. And another one is at the end of the month, Racoin, which I definitely am going to be buying and playing an unhealthy amount of. Let's see. Let's see. How much food are we producing? We are producing enough food? Almost. And we're actually producing enough food with our Glombian farms and our other things. Here, you can accept up to 500. I'm just gonna do that so you stop notifying me about it. Okay, and how's our thing doing? We don't have a warehouse for fish. I'm stupid. Why isn't our hatchery doing its job? Suspicious lack of fish storage. Okay. Okay. It should be in my description. I didn't do panels, I just did it in the description. I need to look into the panels. I'll look into the panels after stream. But it should be in my, like, links. Like, in my about page, that's what it is. See, all these are upgraded? Nope, you are not. But yeah. They should be the one listed under PFP. Huh? Hold up. Here, if I could... Are you sure? Here. I will send it in chat for you. That should be their Twitter thing. Here. Let me just... I'll try to see about that after stream. Dungeon, that's what I've been forgetting. Also gallows. We probably should have gallows so we can execute people who commit these heinous crimes, such as vandalism. Imagine being a vandal, graffiti a building, and become a slave. You know, we could put the slaver in the castle. We could have them send a message. I'm a kind ruler. I would like to present myself as a kind ruler. One who gives those who commit crimes just punishments. Such as graffitiing a wall and getting a million years of hard labor. Let's just sell cloth, actually. We're buying furniture for a lot. There we go. Okay, we have our slavery working good. Oh yeah, execution. Oh. Thank you, Amy, for the follow. Let's see. You can also throw the dungeon in here because, well, like... This isn't quite big enough. Yeah. Let's see. One, two. Let's expand by 2 more. Well, yeah, but I'm happy with the support. And I much appreciate it. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. The thing is, I am not looking to purchase for anything for my channel currently, simply because I don't have money. Like, and also just because I'm still waiting to see how all this ends up going for, like, the next month or two, and then I'll consider seeing about stuff in the future. Sure. I will be able to. Let me. Here. I will whisper you my Discord thing so you can message there. I won't respond in Discord until after stream at the very least, but I will just keep it important to note that I am not looking to purchase anything for my streaming yet. I will inevitably look to stuff in the future at some point if this all goes well enough. But as of now, I just don't have anything I need. Well, not need, but anything I would want to grab currently. Let's see. I think more housing over near the farms might be a good idea. Let's see. We will lay that there. Yeah, I've been just trying to cut down a lot on the people who end up trying to advertise on here. Just because it is a lot of the times easy to tell when they are purely here to advertise. And I've just been more wary about people when they start talking similar to how the advertiser people do. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's start cutting stone actually, so I can get statues made because that would make my people very happy. Yep, I will. I will check it after stream. Let's see. Where's the stone cutter? It should be refining. Where's your crafting? Oh, I need to research masonry. Duh. Do I have the free stuff? Oh, I have plenty of stuff actually to research it. Refining? No. Okay. So it has an auxiliary station, a workbench. Ooh, lines up very nice. Okay, but alrighty. Let's see. Let's do this a 7 by 15 or 7 by. Hmm. Oh, and that's the ad break notification. I'll just do a couple things off screen while I wait. Okay. There we go. That actually lines up pretty well. Ooh, actually. Hmm. Oh, let's see. Hmm. Okay, there we go. That fixes the foundation, so it all works out. We can do like that. And that gives us these auxiliary stations. Okay, and if I do like that, it actually still works out. Okay, how does it look? Okay, that's gonna be a very efficient stone cutter, actually. Okay, I'm gonna need to buy more stinking iron ingots. We'll just buy 30 this time. We can just sell off those 3 slaves. They're only 3 people. They're only 3 actually sentient beings. Hold up. Is this symmetrical? It is. Okay. Oh. Is there any benches people aren't sitting on so I can actually click them? Oh, there's one. There we go. Okay. Let's only have 10 of you working here. And what we can do over here is we can build up housing. Temples, that's what I've been forgetting this whole time. Okay. Speakers. Let's see, what are they gonna... They're gonna need wells. So we can put 2 there. Hearths. We can put 1 there. Distributions, they're gonna need a food stall, which is gonna be a 2x5. They're gonna need a market. And I think that might be everything they'll need over here, except for a temple real quick. So we're gonna put a temple to Creator there. Where else can we put one? Because we're going to want this to be a pretty big temple. With easy access to the people. You know what? I think right here should be fine. Because I think that's the main religion here, is Krator. Yeah, technically everyone won't be happy, but, like, I don't care. Like, at all, actually. Quick, all 170 odd jobbers, just mine up 1,000 stone real quick. Okay, stone mine. So we're gonna do like this. Don't mean to do that. Okay, let's see. Try to get this laid out so that they all connect perfectly. Also, one thing I almost forgot. I almost forgot to put a guard tower here. Which we could put one right here. Let's see. Yeah, we could put right here on the way and then one right here. Okay, we need to up our food production, so we're just gonna... I've realized a much easier way to go about this is like this. Okay, I think that's actually all good. How much are we making a day? We're always making 3 a day? Ooh. There we go. Probably gonna need more of these, I assume. Yeah. I'm gonna minimize how much water we overlap with. Okay. We probably should make weapons, but I will honestly just wait until I get iron production up, because currently we could just, like, import 50 weapons and we could be good. How's our stone production looking? We have 30 people working there? Let's set the, actually, we can keep that at 30 because we have a ton of people who are free. We're making plenty of that. You know, I'm gonna check something, actually, because I don't know how good the woodcutter is. I know it used to be pretty awful. You know what? Sure. We will test it out up here. We're gonna test out the woodcutter. Wait, I forget. Oh, wait, no. Isn't the... Wait, is the woodcutter... Oh, wait. Does the woodcutter need to be built on woods that already exist? Here. We're going to set it to be a 20 by 20. It does. Ugh. So how much does, like, a pretty good 20 by 20 produce? 30. I would need to allocate... 20 by 20, I need 30, I need about 10 of those. Ugh. I would need to allocate a 200 by 40 area to it. Which, for reference, to allocate to my town, it would take an area this large of just woodcutters. Ay, ay, ay. And I'm saying it's that high because I'd have to allocate it and account for increased construction costs, maintenance, and decay increasing. That's awful. Maybe there's a reason towns didn't, like, all do that. Also, we now have 50 farmers. Or over 50 farmers. Tourist! Oh. It's one of the pigs. Okay, so we're gonna go to 84 over here. There's the Piva. Again, I think this event is guaranteed to happen pretty early on. Where you get an event where it's like, oh yeah. You're about to have a bunch of bad mosquito issues, basically. How many do I need for it? Can I even, like, do it, actually? I cannot. Okay, so I need to get... How much of the other thing would I need to get? I need to get 161. Okay, here. We're just gonna round up for 200. Oh, that's so expensive. Or I could just sell you like 100... How much? Sure, we could just sell you 300 shares in return for a metric ton of alcohol. Here. Where's it at? Where's it at? There. We're just gonna temporarily make that storing the Shija or whatever it's called. Shide. Shide. Please don't all drink it, actually. I just thought of that. No, you can't drink that. That's medicinal. Or... Oh, wait, no, I bought 200. I was about to say they already ate like 100, but no. I just happened to buy less because I needed less. Okay. This room is poorly insulated. It isn't. You're just lying, actually. You know what? There. You can just, in fact, get walled in. Inside of the castle. Let's go check our review. We got 2 stars. That's pretty good. Dear foremost chieftain of Acadia, I want my Denari back. The vegetable farm were alright, but not remarkable. A well I visited was filthy and ran down. You know what? That's one of the best reviews we've ever gotten in this game. So, I'll take that as a win. Who's waiting? I don't have an execution area yet. That's what it is. We can execute them in the entertainment district. You see, this may seem a bit psychotic and a bit evil. This is just what people did back then. This is quality entertainment, actually. They didn't have this newfangled Netflix or theirs Hulu's or them's Tubies or Flubos or Jimblos or whatever. You just had to go to your local execution day, and that's what entertainment was. Okay, and it doesn't fit there because of that speaker. Here, actually. We can put all the speakers there. Where's it at? Health. I always forget where they put wells. I don't have any lavatories, I just realized. I probably should... You know what? This is going to be where the lavatories are. Actually. I just realized no one has a place to use the bathroom. There we go. Let's see. Actually, here, let me see. Could I actually just set it up like this and then have it all be on the wall? There we go. The symmetry was bothering me a little bit, and the fact that it was only ever going to face one end. Now, where should I put the executions? I could have them... No, wait, that's not long. I was going to say I could have executions right there, but that's not long enough. Okay. We have a mass grave over by there, so... What about right here? Okay, chat, should we have gallows or chopping blocks? Or, ooh, could we get both? Oh. Wait. No, it doesn't quite line up there. Okay, yeah. Gallows or chopping blocks. Wait, does this line up good? Ooh. Hmm. Here. And I assume it fits, like... Yeah. There we go. We can have a little bit of both and decorate around the gallows. Oh yeah, what's this one guy who's awaiting stuff? Oh, you need to go to jail for... Wait, no, that's not you. Oh, no, it is you. Huh. Torches creates a law? Huh. Well, I guess it does make sense since, like, you know, being able to see at night makes it harder to commit crimes. Which I should have expected because that is a little obvious. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's put another well down here, by the way, because I forgot that I deleted those ones. And now we can start putting down some statues, too, because we got stone production. And the first place to get some is over here. Because that's like the actual stone statue place, so of course they get them first. There we go. Oh, this... You see, I'm so glad I did the resettle thing, because this looks so nice now. I would not have been able to, like, rebuild my place for this. Oh, there is a 3 white statue I could build one of. There we go. Let's see. Any other decorations we could put near it? Ah! Ah! Maybe that many torches was a mistake. Let's get rid of a few of those so people can actually see it at night. We can have this just be like a little... Actually, can I get the better roads? Can I research them? I cannot. How did I skip those? Okay, wait, what do these require? Knowledge? Knowledge. Okay. And the library, I'm not going to do of that shape because I think their shelves specifically look better like this because I'm able to set out the carpet to this. Insulated good. Yep. No, we could just fill up the whole place with carpet. We could just carpet it all in. Especially because it seems like that was free. Huh. That is a very cheap library. Go read a book at the library, watch a public execution, and then look at a big statue. I would say I'd live here, but I'm a human, and so I think I'd get executed. Well, actually, no, I'd get enslaved, but... Potato, tomato. There we go. Now we just need to build a couple more of these. And then build like a super lab. Which is not going to be wide enough, so we're going to have to widen it by 1. Actually, here. Or I could shrink it by 1. Nah. There we go. How much extra will it cost because of the foundation? 8% extra? Like what? 1 chair a year extra? Uh-oh. I don't really care about how much extra that costs because it's like 8% extra, so it's not that much. There we go. How much knowledge are we making now? 8? Not half bad. How's our farms looking? Oh yeah, we never segmented these out properly. Let's see. So this is going to be 19, 20? Actually, I'm going to set it up like this. Okay, there we go. And I can segment the... I didn't ever fill that one in. Huh. I'm sure I had some reason I didn't fill it in. I couldn't tell you what the reason was, notably. But I'm sure I had a reason. Okay. How many more are we going to need? Okay, we're going to need like 4 more. Actually, we can start putting some here. Okay, here. Actually, wait, here. Oh, wait, I could have this actually be a pool right here. Because my people will really like that since they're Amevians. And we got enough horses, so we're going to start editing these people. These people will have to be our horse riders, and those people will be somebody, our melee units. Okay. Okay, you know what? Here. We're going to make a second one of these. Actually, here. I should have made it 1 out of 5. Here. Copy. Okay. Get that finished. Okay. But I'm going to do it out here because there's going to be a lot of people working these fields. And if I can set it up so that they are at least living closer, that should be good for everybody involved. Let's see. This is a lot more farmers down here. We're going to set it up so that it's very much prepared for a lot of people being here. Let's see, and I assume went the wrong way with that. I meant to make it smaller. We can even be very nice and give them some decorations. Military logistics. Guard post, which was never put down here. But we'll put one there. And then we can put one here. Let's see. Where's religion? Is it over here? Yep. So we'll give them a very big temple for this. Because I'm probably going to have like 100+ people living down here alone. Let's get them some torches put down. There we go. That should be good. And we'll just put in some trees down here because I know they are okay with trees. It's not a big thing they does demand or anything, but they do like them, so... Speakers. I almost forgot speakers. And a lavatory, which... Let's see. Lavatory? Oh. Yeah, lavatories have a minimum of 3. If I could have done 2, I would have put it there, but... Oh well. They're too wide. Okay. There we go. They should be finishing up that lavatory soon enough. Why are you... Oh, you're the fishers! That's what you're doing. I was wondering what you were supposed to be doing down there, but you're the fisherman. Huh. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I was gonna... I don't think they care about pillars. Yeah. I thought they liked trees a little bit. Okay, but they do like furniture, at least. I did that backwards. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Sure, we could just give them flower beds for decorations. Like, purely decorative purposes. Because we're just trying to find out ways to fill this up. Let's see, how will that look? Okay. I'm very much liking how my city is coming along. The little trick, because I saw it in the... Because I was looking at the trailer while showing somebody the game, and I saw these little corner deals they did. And it was so smart, and I never considered it. Because if you inset it like this, you can use this little extra space for things like auxiliaries, as you can see in this carpenter, while using the middle space for the main things. And you can also use this for extra decorations while keeping the roads the same size. Which is so smart. And it has been very helpful to have. How much food are we producing? You know what? We're gonna do something we haven't done yet. They can have 2 servings of food. Once again, thy generous despot. My generosity knows no bounds, except for the bounds it does know. We could also massively increase our horse war beast amount. I already need more housing, ideally. Wait, no. Let's just throw in more housing since we are full on housing almost. And by almost, I mean we're literally 8. Oh yeah, those nobles are gonna need houses at some point. But we don't make jewelry, so they're just gonna have to be homeless nobles. You know, we can actually go ahead and make the extra nobles. Sure. You're of noble blood. You. Uh, you. Yeah, you seem noble. Okay. Let's see. How many vegetable farmers do we have? Okay, we're gonna need a third Manchester of vegetables. We actually don't need you to be that, because we don't have enough of those to matter. I could make a distillery. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna get into beer making. Coffee. Beer. Coffee. Beer. Beer. Okay. There we go. 10 grain, 10 beer. But the first thing we're gonna have to do is make the actual farms for the beer. Are we making enough food anymore? We are not, actually. It's almost like doubling our food consumption is a bit high. Okay, you know what? They can do it with 0.5 extra servings instead of 2. A slightly less degenerate despot I am. If I were to fully employ you, which I have the manpower for somehow, how would my stone production look? I'm still gaining 40. Okay. We have a deranged person. Oh well. There we go. We are meeting our production again. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, can we get the better roads? We can. Do these have the ones we want? Here, I should be able to check in here which ones the Amevians like. Cobblestone roads are 25, 25. Paved roads, highways. Bricked roads. Okay, that's the one they like. We can actually start to replace these with the roads they like. You know what? We can start with the stone area, actually. And then just build the massive walkway between here and there. Okay. Oh yeah, I got this a bit before. The TLDR of this one is that there's some exotic raptor in town, and they're eating a bunch of vermin, but they keep hitting people because of how they hunt. So I'm just gonna ignore the event and they can stay. Okay, we had to use every bit of our stone, but we have laid out the path to be built. And eventually we will have all of it ready. No, we can get stockades. Uh, we'll just throw 3 around town. Who died? Wait, let me make a hospital. I don't know how to make a hospital. Can I research how to make a hospital? Okay. I'm gonna need a lot of research for that. Ugh. Oh yeah, let me just allocate a ton of that so we get like an insane amount of food. You know what, let me check something. How is food prices in your area looking? I have to check because I had a previous game where they had grain selling for like 3,000. And I got very lucky because they bought all of it and all the grain I had. And I made like $2 million off of them in like a minute. There we go. Do not have nearly enough stone, but eh. How much cotton are we making? Hmm. Actually, wait, can we upgrade our weavers? Where's that at? Ooh. Okay, there we go. That lines up pretty well. There we go. My people are very happy. 100% loyalty and happiness. Genuinely is quite impressive. Because I've never had that actually be that well off before. Actually, wait, I could start upgrading houses. Here, you know what? Diplomacy. How much are you willing to sell those for? You know what? Yeah, sure. I don't know what does upgrading them even do, actually? I don't even recall. Yeah, it says increases housing capacity. So I guess it did, huh? Here. Let's see. Any other small areas of housing I can increase? How did that only increase it by 2? What am I missing? Maybe it just takes a minute to update. Oh. Okay. But we've been going for almost 3 hours, so let me time out ads for just a little bit. There we go. But with that, I will be ending the stream. There we go. I hope everyone who watched it enjoyed. If you liked it, make sure to drop me a follow, and also make sure to go follow my YouTube channel, because I will be using the community tab on there to just post notifications about videos in the future. Not video streams in the future. But I hope everyone enjoyed the stream, and I hope everyone has a good day, a good night, a good afternoon, whatever they have. And bye-bye now.